Today we are going to talk about Tom Izzo. Okay, so today we are going to talk about that clip that you just seen with Tom Izzo freaking out on his player during a timeout, or just after he called the timeout, about a misplay that happened during the game. So, basically what happened was one of his players let his player drive by him. He wasn't playing that great of defense, and this is why Tom Izzo was freaking out on one of his players, on a freshman to be exact. So, first off, Tom Izzo has always been an old-style coach. And what I mean by that is he is very vocal. He is walking the sideline, and he is shouting out instructions, very similar to how I personally coach. If you have had the privilege, or maybe non-privilege, to see me coach, I am usually walking up and down the sideline, being fairly vocal. Nothing like being demanding or anything, but if I personally see something that the other team is doing, I'm going to be shouting it out so that my players know in case they didn't see it. So, if they're playing a 2-3, I have my own codes. My team knows them. That when I say, hey, they're running a 2-3, I'm not going to be saying that they're running a 2-3. I'm going to give them a code and say, hey, blue, for example, blue, blue, blue. That means, depending on the year that I'm coaching, that would mean that they are playing a 2-3 zone defense. So I'm very vocal, and that's very similar to how Tom Izzo coaches, except he is vocal about telling you what you're supposed to be doing. So, from the sideline, you can hear him say, get lower on defense, get lower, play up tighter, stuff like that. So, he is an older style coach. This is the things that he is saying. I say the same, and many coaches say the same as well. However, he freaked out on a player. Now, keep in mind, this is March Madness. This is a playoff. If you lose, you're going home. You ain't coming back until next year if you're lucky enough to even get back into March Madness next year. Not many teams make it. So this is why his stress level is a bit higher. But it's a teaching moment, for one. And the player did make a mistake. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole thing where should the coach be suspended or anything like that. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and I'm not going to get involved in that talk. However, as a coach, if you're coaching elementary school teams, don't do that. Don't rip out on a player who's making a mistake. There's ways of getting your point across without ripping into a player at that age. For one, if you do rip into a player at that age, they're going to say, peace out, I hate basketball now. You just made me hate basketball. I'm going home. So don't do that. There's ways of coaching. That's why the word coach is in the name of coach, because you're coaching. So there's ways of getting around that. If your player who's in elementary school doesn't get back on defense or lets his player or fly by him, what you can say to him is, hey, just so you know, if you don't want your player to get by you, what you should be doing is getting a little bit lower on defense, and then that way you can be a bit quicker, get on the balls of your feet, your toes. That way your first step is going to be a bit quicker. That way you can stop that player from driving on you. Now when you get to the high school level, you can take it up a little bit. You can yell from the sideline, hey, get lower. Get lower on defense. You're just quick sayings so that your mind say like, yo, Tyler, get lower on defense. Don't let him get past you. Something quick that may help him during the game. Now, when you're getting to that college, university level, you're going to be getting coaches like Tom Izzo, who are an old-style coach who's going to rip into you. That's just the way it is. But you know what? Keep it as constructive criticism. Don't let it hit your emotions. Be like, I understand why he's upset. I understand that this is what I now need to do. Of course, this is me talking towards players now. You understand that why he's upset. It's a stressful situation. You're in a playoff game. Second of all, constructive criticism. This is why he's saying it. I should probably do this because not just to make him shut up and stop yelling at me as a player or him as a coach, but also for me to actually improve, because if a coach is saying to do something, generally speaking, they know what they're talking about, and you should probably do that, and you might just improve and become a better basketball player. Depending on the age level, kind of not the greatest thing to do, but he is a university coach, and that is historically what they do. I'm not going to get into the arguments of should he be suspended as a coach, fired, anything like that. I'm staying out of that conversation. I'm just saying points of emphasis, and as a player and as a coach, these are what I would do. But anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. I hope that this has helped some player and some coach, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for another daily basketball video.